It was supposed to be a simple get-together, just my husband, his two close friends, and me. We had planned a fun evening at our home in Dallas. The guys brought snacks and drinks, and I made a special dinner. We laughed, played cards, and shared stories. Everything felt warm and friendly, like family. By midnight, things began to change. One of my husband's friends, Kevin, suggested they stay over since it was late. My husband agreed, saying, "Yeah, we've got enough space, let's crash here." I didn't mind. But when it was time to sleep, my husband decided that everyone could just stay in the living room. I was surprised, but I went along. At around 1 a.m., I woke up feeling uneasy. I noticed the room had gone quiet, except for some whispers. I turned my head and saw Kevin and Josh, my husband's friends, sitting too close. Their tone had shifted. The jokes had turned suggestive. Something in their eyes made me uncomfortable. Then something chilling happened. They tried to corner me emotionally, reminding me of private things I had never shared publicly. They were playing a game I didn't understand, dropping hints that they knew things they shouldn't have. My husband was there, but quiet, too quiet. And then I realized this was all being controlled, manipulated. I tried to leave the room. Kevin blocked my path, laughing. "Relax, we're all friends, right?" But there was nothing friendly in his tone. I felt trapped, not by force, but by fear. I looked at my husband, expecting him to stop this, to stand up, but he just sat there, staring at the floor, as if ashamed. That night changed me forever. They didn't touch me, but they didn't have to. The way they played with my mind, used secrets against me, and the betrayal I felt from my husband, it was worse than anything physical. It was mental imprisonment. In the morning, they all acted like nothing happened. But I remember everything. And I never let it happen again. The morning after that unforgettable night, everything felt fake. Kevin and Josh acted like the evening was just a regular party. Laughing, sipping coffee, pretending nothing had happened, as if they hadn't tried to manipulate me, intimidate me, or corner me emotionally in my own home. And worst of all, my husband, Ryan, stayed quiet. He didn't look at me. Not once. That silence told me everything I needed to know. After they left, I sat alone in the kitchen. My coffee went cold. My hands trembled. My mind kept replaying the way Kevin had leaned in with that smug smile, how Josh whispered things only Ryan could have told them, and the way Ryan had sat there, frozen, ashamed, or perhaps complicit. I didn't know who to trust anymore. But I knew one thing: I would never let that happen to me again. The plan. Over the next few days, I acted normal. I smiled when Ryan walked in. I made dinner. I pretended to laugh at his jokes. But inside, I was preparing. I started documenting everything: timelines, messages, anything Ryan had said to them that might have been used against me. I installed a small voice recorder under the living room shelf. If something ever happened again, I'd have proof. But what I didn't expect was that it would happen again. Exactly 2 weeks later, Kevin and Josh showed up uninvited. Ryan didn't even look surprised. "They just dropped by," he said, grinning nervously. I forced a smile. Of course. Why not? That night, the same old routine started again. Drinks, jokes, laughter. But I wasn't scared anymore. I was ready. The confrontation. Around midnight, as the atmosphere turned strange again, Kevin leaned over. "You know, you were pretty quiet last time," he whispered. Josh laughed. "Maybe this time, she'll loosen up." I stood slowly, walked to the center of the room, and looked each one of them in the eye, especially Ryan. "You know what?" I said clearly. "You three think you're clever. But you forgot one thing. I'm not afraid anymore." Kevin scoffed. "What are you talking about?" I reached into the drawer and pulled out the recorder. "This. It's been recording since you walked in." The room went silent. Ryan stood up, panicking. "Rachel, come on, you're taking things too far." "No," I snapped. "You took it too far the moment you betrayed me to your friends. You let them turn our home into a playground for their twisted games." Josh moved toward me. "You wouldn't do anything with that. You're bluffing." I walked over to my purse and pulled out a USB. This has everything from the last 2 weeks, including the way you tried to manipulate me, the things you said about me, and Ryan's little secrets. Why are you doing this? Ryan asked, his voice breaking. I looked him straight in the eyes. Because I gave you the chance to protect me. Instead, you let your friends violate my trust. Then I turned to Kevin and Josh. If either of you ever come near me again, this recording goes straight to the police. And if you think I'm joking, try me.